We have the details on the 2024 Honda Ridgeline. Yeah, we have what's new. Hey, it's Tim, Pickup Truck Plus SUV Talk. And in this video, let's discuss what's new on Honda Ridgeline and whether it's going to be even more competitive marketplace or kind of hold its own. So, hey, the article is over on pickuptrucktalk.com. If you head over there, I just pushed it out this morning or published it. And it's Honda Ridgeline revealed 5 things you need to know. Kind of make these things succinct for you guys. So, we're going to look at some details on it. I'll show you some photos at the end. So we have the Honda Ridgeline getting minor refresh. We have larger screens, changes to the interior, and a new Honda TrailSport edition, which is something they're doing throughout their lineup of SUVs, is they're making them have a more rugged appearance, add a little more skid plates, and bigger tires. And so we look at the interior changes, or the key changes, technology changes. Inside the cabin, you have a now standard 7-inch digital instrument panel with selectable functions such as Honda sensing settings. So like distance between you and the car in front of you and lane departure, that kind of stuff built into that, and vehicle information. They also offer a 9-inch color touchscreen with faster processing. They have a faster processor with that, wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto capability, and simplified navigation. Additionally, the Ridgeline Black Edition has better speakers. So here, looking at the interior, we can see the interior is mostly the same, but we have the key changes. We have behind the steering wheel, that's a 7-inch digital display. Even though it looks analog to me, it's a 7-inch digital display, they tell me. And then to the right of that is the new 9-inch digital display. That's their infotainment system. So they have wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto, faster processor, and a volume knob. That was a big miss in their Honda vehicles. Inside the cabin, we have a little bit more changes. So looking at the center console here, I'm going to keep the photo here. The center console has been expanded. It's a new center console. It's got integrated armrest and expanded storage in there. You can actually put a full-size tablet. It's got a large storage tray. So there's a larger storage tray in front of the shifter. Now the shifter is that push button next to the cup holders, and they'll have spot for 2 smartphones laid next to each other. And then a Qi wireless charger will be on the one side. And so you put both phones there, one charging at a time, and that setup. Now, the TrailSport edition is going to have a suspension tuning for off-road capability. It's going to have the all-terrain tires, which are the standard General Grabber 245 60R18 all-terrain tires. You also have the distinctive exterior elements, such as the rugged grille with a mesh design. We'll look at that in a minute. Black door pillar and exterior mirror trim, and black crossbar on the grille. The TrailSport's front skid plate is painted pewter gray, matching the finish of its new 5-spoke 18-inch wheels. Unique orange TrailSport badges adorn the grille and tailgate. Now there's also a new diffuse sky blue color, which we'll show you in a minute. Orange ambient lighting, orange contrast stitching, lots of orange. People love that. They've done a lot doing orange these days. Embroidered TrailSport logos in the front seat armrests, all season rubber floor mats, and then there's the setup on the rear cabin. The trims are Sport, RTL, new TrailSport, and the top line Black Edition. There's also an HPD package. On a performance package, adds some graphics. You get unique grille. You get black fender flares, aggressive wheels. A little tough to talk this morning. You also get a bunch of safety equipment as well. That's coming standard. So let's go ahead and get down to the details. This is built in the Honda Alabama plant. And here's a new Honda Ridgeline. Oh, I forgot to tell you, they're doing a stamped tailgate now. All trims get a stamped tailgate. It says Ridgeline on the back. This is that diffused blue color. And so we can see it in the woods. And then we come around, we can see the new front end. So we have a little more mesh grille. They call this more aggressive. We have a skid plate down there. That skid plate has the same color as the wheels do. You can see that. We have the black mirrors, and we have next to between the doors, we have the black blacked out there too. A lot of people like that look. It creates like one gigantic door looking window panel when you look at it. If you take that door and don't make it color matched. And then we have going through the water, and you can see a little more I'm talking about. To that front window to the rear window, that little strip there is now black instead of being a colored. And then we have the bed. You may remember the bed has that unique fold down. It also can dual action open up, and then there's a storage bin underneath that where those motorcycles are to get that. So here's the interior. Like I said, thank God it's got a volume knob. That was a huge cry of anguish for a lot of owners and for journalists. It just didn't work. They didn't like the slider buttons for changing the volume. It was too distracting. And so the interior looks to me mostly the same. I've driven other models, and it looks like just the upgrade for the, again, center console, the wireless charging, the 2 smartphones, and the screens. So, and then here's a closer look at that digital screen. It looks analog to me, but again, they tell me that's digital, so okay. But it looks like it may be customizable. A lot of brands are going with a digital screen like this because it gives customers more customization options. Plus, you can do put more stuff in there, take stuff off the big navigation screen, like again the sensing Honda sensing features, and just you can do some cooler startup graphics. It's just overall, I think customers have said they like that quite a bit. Not everybody does. Some people still want the old analog style, that kind of stuff, and I agree with that. More stuff to break, I get it, but this is where the market's going. I'm just going to flip through these one more time so you can see those. The front end is a little bit more aggressive. They keep trying to make that front end look more aggressive. When it first came out, it looked a lot like Honda Pilot, and they're making that look even more aggressive because that's where the marketplace is going. Everybody now is offering a off-road truck, and this, I keep thinking this is Devil's Tower in Wyoming. I've been there. Has an interesting look to it. Anyways, so there is the details on that truck. Now, one of the things interesting I wanted to point out was this has been a pretty good seller for Honda. So I pulled up the Q3 numbers I do sales reports every quarter. And you look at the numbers, I mean, Honda Ridgeline, 12,000 trucks. They've sold 40,000 almost year to date. They're up 21.9%. And so it's funny. It's one of those trucks where like people want me to get fired up about a unibody truck. It's not a truck and all this kind of stuff. But for the customers who buy it and what I've driven it, it's pretty good. Really, it handles off-road pretty well. The unibody construction still offers pretty good amount of payload and towing. I think it's like 1,580 pounds of payload and like 5,000 to 6,000 pounds of towing. I know you're going to correct me on that one. But the average mid-sized truck customer is towing 2,000 pounds. They're not really towing all of that to do all that big towing apparatus. That's going to be in your heavy duties and full size. And so here we go. We have the numbers down, 3.4% down. But look at that. I mean, they're close to Jeep Gladiator, Nissan Frontiers right there. They're beating GMC Canyon. The Ford Ranger is getting beat. And really, it comes down to needs more. The Ford Ranger hasn't come out yet. So I expect those numbers to go back up when the new one comes out. So that's the details for you on the Honda Ridgeline, the 2024 Honda Ridgeline. I'll be curious, put your comments down below. What do you guys think? Is it, did they do enough? Is it just too little? They didn't do any powertrain changes. It's going to be the same V6 in there. So what's going on in your head? What are you guys thinking? Is this enough or just too little? Not enough. They're going to keep selling it. I'd be curious your thoughts. Also, let me know if you like that bigger screen and you like the look on the exterior. I do think it looks even that much better, but still to me, a little bit more ways to go to make it really stand out in the marketplace. My 2 cents. All right, there you go. There's the details on that. Check out other videos over here. Website down below as well. Pickuptrucktalk.com. Always publish it first, do video second. So where you want to be, website first if you want to get the news immediately. As always, thanks for watching. I will see you down the road.